So let's talk about millionaire principle number 3. Never invest in something you can't understand and control. Do not invest in something you can't understand or control. So your friend comes to you and say, hey, I got a stock tip for you, man. You know, I know some people. I think it's going to go up next month. You want to put some money into it? Your answer is no, because you don't invest in something you can't understand and control. Man, but it's going to be good. Trust me, man, this stock, they make this widget from India, and I think it's going to be great. And you say, no.
The king of high ticket sales, world's highest paid consultant, media celebrity, multi-millionaire entrepreneur, acclaimed TEDx speaker, international best-selling author, Dan Lok.
Yes.
Quick story. I had actually a girl wrote me this. A girl wrote me someone who wanted me to lend them some money for a bridge loan, and never invest in something you can't understand. He needed it as a bridge in order to actually get a big giant line of credit from Deutsche Bank, and of course I followed the markets. I'm like, Deutsche Bank, really? Okay, no. Now we all know what's happening right now with Deutsche Bank.
Yes. Very good, very good. Don't invest in something, because when we do that, usually it's because of greed. And you're afraid of, I'll miss out. Let me invest. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. Yes.
Let me ask you a question now. So, for example, I've got friends, partners who they ask for investment from me with business ideas, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me which can control it in terms of helping them leverage their business, consultancy, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
There's parts which I can't control, for example, operationally, their own thinking. What is the balance between control and you can't? Because there's lots of business opportunities where you can't control.
Oh, good question. So there's some good investments. Maybe they're your partners, they're your friends, and maybe you have a certain degree of control, but not full control. Should you invest, should you not invest, right? I have a slide that covers exactly that, okay? I'll answer it in a moment.
And do you have some guiding questions for someone who's considering what type of assets to invest in based on, say, their values?
Very good question. So if you are very good with numbers, perhaps it's stocks. But if you're not very good with numbers, you're a little bit slower, maybe it's real estate. It doesn't really, you have capital gain investors, and then you have cash flow investors. You have first determine who you are. Are you a capital gain guy, person, girl, or you're a cash flow investor? I'm a cash flow guy. I don't like, it's cash flow first. So it all depends on what you want to do. But you need to look at a lot of different things before you can make that decision. And that's why it goes back to studying education. Like I can show you, if I can have a list, I can show you a whole bunch of investments you've never heard of. That it would blow your mind, right?
That's what I meant. It's like an encyclopedia.
Yes, but I am afraid to give it to you though. Because you should do your own research, really. You should do your own research. That's why I'm hesitant to say you should invest in this or not invest in that. It all depends. Yes? Yeah, it's not about that hot tip, and it's not about stock, right? Not about stock. It could be stock, but it's not about stock. Let me tell you a quick story. Now, there's no such thing, repeat after me. There's no such thing as a dangerous investment, only dangerous investor. If you know how to drive, and you have your driver license, and you drive from your workplace to Vancouver Club, and you follow the signals, and you get here safe and sound. Okay. On the other hand, if you're a driver, you don't know how to drive, you blindfold yourself, you tie yourself to the wheel with a knife sticking out, and you go on the highway and you press on the gas, you're going to kill yourself. Same vehicle. Different driver, different investor. I'll share a quick story with you. How many of you would agree most of the time that gambling is a very risky investment? Right? Gambling is a very risky investment. When I was young, when I was still living in Hong Kong, probably at the age of 10 or 11, and in Chinese New Year, we would collect what we call lucky money. Like this, how many have seen that before? Lucky money. So our relatives and our aunts and cousins and my dad, mom, they would give me lucky money with money in it. And what I would do is at the age of 10, 11, I would host a party at my home with lure all the kids, all my cousins, with candies and food and all that stuff. And I would open a little mini casino. Because Chinese love to gamble. Okay? Love to gamble. And they sometimes say, oh, but then this time I want to be the house. I said, you're the house, I ain't playing. If I'm not a house, I'm not playing. So every year, I would collect with, probably a few $1,000s worth of Canadian from my lucky money, and I would win a lot, almost all that money every year. So I collect all the money, right? Now, gambling is a good idea when you're the house. And I would take that money, because always a young kid, very generous, on their birthday, and whatever I win, whatever money I win, on their birthday, I would buy them like toys and all that stuff to give them back the money, right? But imagine they come to my party, they have a lot of fun, they lose all the money. It's kids, but they don't think about that stuff. They lose all the money, and now their birthday, I give them this giant, robot or giant Barbie or whatever it might be, right? So they love me, right? I'm the best cousin. Every year I do that. Now, that's pretty smart. That is pretty smart. So gambling, that's not a lot of risk. Because early age, I know, when you're at the house and they're betting on these things, every time, the longer we play, the more money I win. So all I have to do, play some cartoon, have enough food, they will stay the whole night. And the longer they stay, the more money I make. It's very simple. It's a very simple formula, right? That's called entrepreneurship. That's called entrepreneurship, okay? So know what you're investing in. You have to know the industry. You have to know the business. You have to know the market. The better you know the industry, the better you know the business, the better your track record is going to be. You also have to have, here's the key, a financial system, a set of principles, and an investment system that works, that you have to follow the system. As a sophisticated investor, when people get greedy, they sometimes have these principles, but when greed takes over, they say, well, you know what? Although it doesn't meet my investing criteria, but man, it seems too good to miss out. Let me do that. Let me not follow my system. And usually that's how they lose money. So most sophisticated, active investors have a lot of discipline. Have a lot of what? Discipline. Self-discipline. Okay, so going back to your question, I want control of my investments. There are 4 points of control I want. How many? 4. Number 1 is marketing control. I want to control if I'm the guy, I'm the rainmaker. If I'm the guy that can drive the sales, I control the company. Financial control, money, in and out. I can write the check. Key people control. I decide who's going to be the key people that are running the business. Also key decisions, strategic strategies, where they want to go. I want to have, ideally, all 4, but at least 2 or 3 of these when I invest. That's an active investor. When you have, let me ask you a question. If you put in the money and you have no financial control, meaning you have no control of the money, how it flows, you have no control, no say of who is running the damn thing, you cannot make any decisions. Are you taking on a lot of risk? Hello? Yeah. But when you have a lot of these 4 points of control, your risk is dramatically minimized because you would know, you have your pulse of what's happening with the company. And if something goes wrong, because no business fails overnight. It's always a series of decisions. So by the time, hey, I think we're off track here, or we hired the wrong people, or the market is not working, let me come in here, that's the active part, let me help you out and fix that. What kind of help do you need? You change that minimizes your risk. They don't just lose a bunch of money overnight. It doesn't happen that way. It's always when you neglect, you're like, I trust them, they know what the hell they're doing. Usually they don't. And even if they do, is it okay to check? Yes. Yeah. Is it okay to help them out? Yeah. Maybe they need some extra help, yes? Check. Don't assume. Do you want to ask me a question? You got questions, I got answers. Comment below. In the future, I'm going to take some of these questions and video based on it. If your question is good enough, I might just feature you in one of my upcoming videos. And don't forget, click on the subscribe button, turn on notification, and click on the bell. In the meantime, check out some of the other videos that I have. Keep watching and keep learning. Come on, click on it right there.